All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect in the nation of Israel. And this is just going to be a quick video on just showing an example of how dumb this world is, man. And like us Jakes, man, like the Southern Kingdom, most of us get called in this world black, right? And I just went on the internet and typed on the internet shades of brown, right? Now, if you take most people that call us black, right? And you was to say, okay, here are different shades of brown, and here's the color black. Point to the color that our skin is, right? If they were a person that's honest in any way, shape, or form, 0% of them would point to the black when pointing out what color we are. They would have to point at a shade of brown, one of these kind of shades shown on the screen, right? They would have no choice. But this world is full of all kind of confusion, full of different strongholds where people have made some weird color scheme that don't exist. White, red, pink, blue, and all this that they say. And it doesn't make no sense, man. None of us so-called black men that they want to try and call us, right, are black. And really, us being called so-called black men is an offense. We're really Israelites, man. And all this black Israelite stuff that black Hebrew Israelite stuff that these people try and come and say is dumb, because there's nobody on this earth that calls themselves Hebrew Israelites. So when you're going to add a color to it, you should be adding a color that we ain't. You should be adding, if anybody else of some next race is going to try and mention and bring up any color, you should be adding it. You should be adding it to them. So if some Chinese people started saying that they were Israelite, Hebrew Israelites, okay, then now add that extra thing on there. Chinese Hebrew Israelite or something like that. Don't try and say it to us, because I know I don't call myself no black Hebrew Israelite. And for all you Jakes out there that you put black Hebrew Israelite on your titles to try and, you dumb. Because once you accept that you're an Israelite, right, a Hebrew Israelite, all that color confusion, you shouldn't even be accepting none of that anymore, man. If you're telling the truth, if you're an honest person, right, all these people that you want to call black are one of these shades that I'm showing on the screen right now. If you're a person that's true and tells the truth, man, we're not black. We're brown, and we're more. The thing, you know what's mad? We're more brown than the people that this world accepts as being called brown. You have all these Ishmaelites and stuff like that, right? Right, Iranians and all these different kind of people that they'll be put into the color scheme of brown. Oh, they're brown people, mate. We're more brown than them. So what the hell are you talking about? We're more brown than them. But then you have some Indian that's a darker shade of brown than us, and he won't get called black. It's absolute confusion, man. And the confusion has been made to try and hide us away from who we really are, which are the Israelites. And obviously, everyone on this earth is going to laugh and try and say, nah, you're not that, because they know that if we are, that there's a whole bunch of judgment that comes behind that. And that the whole world will be shaken and changed. Like us being the chosen of Israel, right? Us being the Israelites is way more bigger. It's way more of a bigger effect on the whole earth for us to be the Israelites than anybody else. Anybody else being a real Israelite is not nowhere near as big of a effect on the earth as if we are. Us being it is really for the world the worst case scenario because of how they treated us. It's the worst case scenario because this world did a whole bunch of wickedness towards the Negro, Latino, Native American. They've did a whole bunch of wickedness, man, that they do not want to have to pay for, and that's why they come up with all these confusion, these confusion things where they try and make out like we're not clearly brown. And it just shows how wicked this world is. That even when people can clearly see something with their eyes, they don't want to admit the truth. Like, we are not black. Our skin is clearly brown. So-called, as they want to call us, so-called black people, cover way more shades of brown among us than any other people, really. Like the majority, like being brown is not even a big deal. The majority of the world is brown. The majority of the world can be, like the majority of the world's different nations, their skin's different shades of brown. They're different shades of brown, but the only people that this world really tries to put a whole color stigma on and tries to mock us for what we look like and that skin wise and stuff like that is a so-called black man. Even when it comes to us accepting that we're all brown, another person that skin's brown as well be like, yeah, but I'm not as dark brown as you though. And then when there is somebody that's as dark brown as us, they'll be like, yeah, but I'm not like black, I'm not brown like you though. You know what I mean? Like there's all this, and this is all the curses really. It's all really because of the curses that Yahweh put us under. Because in the kingdom, people are gonna wish that they look like us. And even right now, really, as much as these people chat shit, make some of these women see a handsome Jake. There's literally video proof on this earth right now of handsome Jakes standing on a corner, standing outside of a nightclub, standing on the street somewhere, women just walking up to them. He literally can pass them his phone, and they've given out the number. All different kinds of attractive women of various different races. So you can say whatever you want to say and try and say that Jake ugly, try and say, oh, we're black and all that. Mate, women love us. They love what we look like. Take the most handsome Jakes, and these women are gonna love them off. They're gonna love them off, mate. Usher's a so-called black man, right? Chris Brown's a so-called black man, right? I don't think they're hurting for any when it comes to females. I don't think they're hurting for none, even though Usher's a demon anyway. But even still, that women know that all that about him. He be having all kind of different women of different races. We're lusting after him, man. Along with most of these other famous Jakes and all that. They be having fans of all different kind of races. All these Jake musicians be having female fans of all these different kind of races, man. Mike Tyson has all these different fans of all these different races, and he'll get called black when his skin's clearly brown. Like this world's a joke. But I'm gonna end the lesson there, man. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the confusing foolishness of this world where they can't even admit the truth when it comes to our skin color. So how are they gonna admit the truth when it comes to our nationality? And maybe that's what I call the lesson, man. They can't even admit the truth. Yeah, I'm gonna call this lesson. They can't even admit the truth when it comes to our skin color. So why do you expect them to admit the truth when it comes to our nationality? Shalom to the elect, shalom.